Good morning, everybody. Come on in the room, child. Good morning, everybody. Come on in the room. Hey, McClipson hair, how you doing, my baby? Thank you so much. Hey, Sharon, how you doing, boo? Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, my baby? Hey, SAPD, how you doing, boo? Hey, Dreamer Brain, how you doing, baby? Ciao. Thank you, Dreamer Brain. Hey, Lulu, how you doing, my baby? Happy Saturday. Yes, honey. Come on in the room, child. Hold on, let me get this bot out of here. Yes, a lot going on. Hey, Ezri, how you doing, my baby? Hey, Trenches, how you doing, boo? Hey, beautiful soul. Good morning, my baby. How you doing? Hey, Pinky Pink, my boo. How you doing, baby? Come on in the room, child. Okay, we got some things to cover. So I woke up in the wee hours of the morning and I said, you know what? Let me go look at Snoop's panel. Because Snoop be having some popping panels, y'all. Okay? She keep people in order, and everything. I love them. So I was over there listening, and it was interesting because Kimmie had hit the link, okay, and then Dory had hit the link. And I'm like, wow, here we go. So we get a different perspective. We get Raw's perspective. As if you remember, we didn't get Raw's perspective. But my thought is this. Now, Kimmie was on there saying, and Raw said they had talked to Dory right before they had went on to Kimmie's panel, okay? And I'm like, you did what? No, not right before they hit that panel. Not Kimmie's. Was it Kimmie's panel? Child, I'm getting the days confused and the people confused. Right before she hit the panel, yeah, I guess Kimmie's panel. Right before she hit the panel, she said that they had talked to Dory. Dory was going to come clean about lying. Okay. And Kimmie said, and Ross said that when Dory came out, she did not keep it 100 like she said she was going to do. Okay. And my thought is, why would you still continue the lie? See, this is where Kimmie is real sneaky to me. And I know that I don't particularly care for Kimmie, but I cannot even give her benefit of the doubt. I try. Okay, I try. But she knew that Dory, if you had talked to Dory previously, to that particular phone call, and she told you that she was going to give all and she was going to, tell the truth, come out and tell the truth, and she didn't, you just said on Snoop's panel that you just played it off. What were you playing off? This is what I'm saying. This is the type of deceptiveness that Kimmie portrays. Why would you not come on and say, wait a minute, Dory, you said you were going to do this and this and this. How come you didn't come out and say this? How come you're now, you're now pretending like you didn't say X, Y, and Z? Why didn't you say that? But all of a sudden on a panel, on Snoop's panel, you came up with this. Oh, we talked to her before and she was going to do this. Well, you didn't seem shocked. Why didn't you tell the people? But instead, you were making back talk in the back chat. This is the problem I have. Snoop also asked you, Kimmie, do you feel like everything that you came clean with, you didn't really come clean with everything with Pizarro? And she was like, yes, I did. Well, for the most part, no, you didn't. You teeter-tottered around it. You did not own up to the fact that you said you wanted to take down her channel. And the girl, Candy, literally told you that it would affect people around her. And you said, it's okay. You said you didn't care. You said, oh, well. Remember that? See, you don't remember that, do you, Kimmie? Or you remember it, but you don't want to pretend. She wants to pretend like she don't remember. Hey, Life's Journey. Hey, Kenyas. It's crazy. I'm like, girl, we remember what you said. She said it'll potentially, bring down everybody around her. And you said, oh, well, collateral damage. So why you didn't care that Brianna's channel was going to be taken down? You didn't care about anybody. You sit up there and co-signed for Pizarro to be doxxed, and now you're trying to pretend like you owned up to everything. You did not. You still lied and said you didn't know. and talked around it. That's all you did. Anyway, okay. Exactly. Thank you. The pitch changes are annoying, very annoying. When she says, and I said on my channel, or she'd be like, because my people want to know. It's like, no, your people do not want to know. Your people do not want to know. You don't even have any people. You just started a channel. She's talking about she's invested because her people wanted to know. Because Ross said she was not invested, right? She said her people were telling her, like, why are we even talking about this? And then Kimmie said, because her people wanted to know. No, your people did not want to know. You wanted to know. You wanted to involve yourself because it was what it is. You wanted to have more drama going on so you could be in the middle of it to play innocent. Hey, Jasmine, but I'm not going because I'm calling you out on it. That's all. That's all it is. Uh-huh. So she's trying to pretend like that her people wanted to know. No. And she was like, well, because Dory said that she was going to come out and she was going to tell the truth. Being that she didn't tell the truth, I just roasted. I just had let my audience roast her. And I'm like, what? Does that make any sense to y'all? If you talk to somebody before you do an interview and they say they're going to come out and do this and they come out and say something different, why would you not tell your audience? Does that make any sense? Why would you not tell your audience? That makes no sense. Praytel said, don't worry, Kimmie has all the bodies. I don't know why she puts on the fake act. I don't know either. We all see it. She's going to expose a bunch of people. Watch. Yes. And poor Raw is going to get caught in the middle of it. That's my thought. Hey, Jasmine, baby, good morning. And that's my thought. She's going to get caught in the middle of it because it's really sad, but I think she trusts the wrong people. I really do. And the fact that, and another thing, Raw said that she said in order for her to be friends with somebody, it takes like a long time, like years or whatever. But I remember when they were on my panel, and I have a video of when her and Dory were calling each other besties and sis. And just on her video that she has over there, the one that she put back up of her and Dory's conversation, the one that she had on her Patreon, she referred to her as bestie. So y'all went from besties to nothing at all. And this is what, and she answered the question of why we were saying what happened all of a sudden. And she said that that Dory tried to single white female her. She claimed that when the recordings came out, when the recordings was released, that she felt like she was, what did she say? Hold on. She felt like that she was, that there was a sense of betrayal. This is what she said. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. She felt like there was a sense of betrayal on Dory because Dory thought she clicked over and hung up Mona, but Mona was still on the line. Okay. And she said, I felt like there was a sense of betrayal. How was there betrayal? She thought she hung up the phone. She clicked over. Okay. And Mona was still there. It's like, what is the betrayal in that? So she's like, there was a sense of betrayal. What betrayal? You knew when she was on the phone with you, you were on there first. So there was no betrayal. There was no recording initially. And per her video that she released, I backplayed it and she said the same thing. And she was even saying, well, maybe, when I clicked over, whatever, Mona said Ross said, well, maybe when you clicked over, and you said, I'll call you back or call me back or whatever, that she called you right back and it clicked over right away or some crap. And I was like, what? That didn't make any sense. But it was not even that in depth. So I don't understand how that was a sense of betrayal. I think she was just tired of her, honestly, tired of Dory and all of the stories and shenanigans, and it was driving her nuts, is what I think. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Because she said that Dory would not stop. She was very persistent, with what she was doing, as far as contacting her numerous times throughout the day. And she was like, just give her a break, blah, 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 blah. She wasn't feeling it. She was trying to break away from her, but it wasn't easy. Okay. She said she was leaving voice messages and everything. And, even though she was blocked, and then she would try and go through Kimmie to get messages to her. Now, her and Kimmie didn't even like each other in the beginning. So that already was a strange thing. That would be like frenemies. Like you're going to your frenemy, okay, to help you to get back with somebody who you claim is your best friend. Now, mind you, this had been going on since what? Since November. And I'm like, really? Interesting. Hey, my baby heat wave. Good morning, baby. And that had been going on since November. I'm like, what? So Dory, so they said that Dory would call Kimmie to get through to Raw, okay? And during their conversations, they both said that she would slick shave both of them. Okay, I'm like, stay off them phones. Why you on three-way? Now, Kimmie claimed that she had to block Dory on different occasions. Okay, I don't know why she kept blocking and unblocking her, but that's just what she said. She was blocking her and unblocking her periodically because she would keep going, and she was very demanding and persistent in calling. Okay, Ross stated that Dory wanted to go in business with her, and she wanted to and the business was background service and transportation. And I'm like, what? Background service. That's what she said at first. And then she said investigations because she was questioned more in depth by Snoop. And then she said investigations and transportation was going to be their business. And she was like, well, we would involve contracts and things like that. And I'm like, what? Okay. Now, mind you, Ross says she didn't have any money. So I don't know how this was going to take place. So Diamond wanted Raw to go in business with her. Okay. But Raw declined. Raw did say that she would have to do a background check on her if she ever did. And I thought, oh my God, is that the background checks that we're talking about? I'm just saying, what was the background check consisting of? But the business was what, doxing or what? People need to know. I don't understand it. So Raw said that, okay, so yeah, Raw said that would require a full background check because she said she would have to make sure she was legit and wouldn't tarnish her credit. Okay. Before she signed anything. And Kimmie claims, well, yeah, she popped in and she was like, if you're going to invest tens of thousands of dollars with somebody, you would do a background check. Now, who was investing tens of thousands of dollars? Because Raw was just saying that she needed money, so that's why she was befriending. That's why she was still letting the friendship go with, per her words, she was still letting the friendship go on with Dory. Okay. So she said, Ross said, the beginning of November, Dory told Suge that she had fell out with Raw and was upset with her. Okay. And then she stated that she never trusted Dory after knowing she was a liar. You never trusted Dory, but yet you ran around calling her your best friend, your sis, Ace Boon Coon, while nobody else was in the picture. It was just you and her. Then when Kimmie comes in the picture, you have all these problems with her. See, that's why I find I don't have any sympathy because of the fact that you knew how Dory was, and now you're on there like everybody else playing victim. It's just, that's what it is to me. It's like, and I don't want to come hard on Rob, but that's just how I see it because I'm like, no, there's no victimization here. I understand you felt passionate about her. She did say that she felt like that she didn't want to come down on her because Diamond had said that her sister had passed away. I get it. But then you dox the person with the PayPal, which she said was her sister. Okay. And because what happened was apparently Diamond was sending a PayPal using someone's name. Why? I don't know. Now her and Kimmie doxed the person to find out that the person, now this is weird because remember, people were saying they don't dox. Kimmie said that, but yet she said she looked the person up. We know you did, Kimmie. Kimmie says she didn't dox. Remember that? Oh, I don't dox. I don't dox. Well, Kimmie, you're doxing now, and you've been doxing, Kimmie. So they looked up the person that the PayPal name that was sent under, okay? And it was like I guess, Middle Eastern name or whatever. And then Kimmie said, oh, the woman, but she's white, though. She's white. Okay, so clearly they've doxed the woman, okay? So Raw called the woman. I guess they're on three-way because Kimmie was agreeing to that and everything on Snoop's panel. They called the woman. The woman don't know Dory. The woman, it went to an attorney firm. Okay, so apparently Dory is using the identity of an attorney from the attorney's firm or somebody that works there, maybe a paralegal or something. Okay, and I'm like, wow. Now here's the thing with that. If she's using that, why would somebody be using the identity of somebody that works so closely with lawyers? Because they can easily come and arrest you. That's weird, y'all. That's just weird to me. So she's using the woman's name and everything or whatever. They dox her, get the phone number, call the lady. Lady don't know Dory, blah, 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 blah. Dory had said that the person's name that was on the PayPal, because I guess people would question it, she said that's her dead sister. So when they called Dory and Kimmie, that woman said that, of course the woman answered, she said that's her, so she's not dead. So Dory lied about that. Okay. Child, I cannot. Hey, Neat, good morning. And I'm like, what? Like, why would she lie about that? Why would you call? That's just creepy. That's just creepy. And people can tell me what they want, but I don't think Raw did that willingly. I really don't, because Raw said she didn't dox. But they're both doxing now, child. That's why I said people need to stop saying what they don't do, because we see it. We see it all the time. It turns out to be a lie. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So Raw explained her trying to break up from friendship with Dory, okay, but with her claiming to her that her sister was, had passed away and she was distraught. She said that she was going to, saying that she was going to take her own life. She was going to do all this other stuff. She was emotionally torn. She said that she just didn't want to totally destroy her. She did not want to destroy her by backing away from her at this time, because she was saying that she needed to go through grief counseling or whatever. She was having a hard time, blah, 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 and I'm like, wow. So and I understand that though. She said she just didn't want to, just totally be incompassionate and everything. And I get it. So, that's what she was saying. She said, so she kind of like eased up on pushing her away, in so many words. She didn't want to take her over the ledge, she stated, okay? She said her behavior though kept getting worse, and she was supposed to be going through. Okay, I told y'all that she's supposed to be going through the grief counseling, but her behavior got worse. She kept calling and calling. She was becoming more and more persistent, more and more erratic. Trying to single white female her. Now, Dory did say that Raw had been stealing from her. And I'm like, what is she stealing? She said she was stealing from her. She said that she would use her verbiage, the same verbiage that she uses, the way that she talks and everything. But I think people just do that on YouTube already, because I do find myself, how we find ourselves using catchphrases that others use, because we're all on YouTube and it is what it is. But when you totally assume someone else's identity, it's really crazy. Like, start talking like them and everything with these weird voices. And that's what I think that Raw is doing. Because Raw said that she can wake up one day and she'll sound Indian and da-da-da. No. And it's because she's well-traveled. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because she's well-traveled. I don't know about that. I think it's a personality thing. I think it could be multiple personalities. Because you should be able to stay in one character. I mean, stay, not even character, but stay honest with who you are. Like, I come on here and I'm just talking. You should be able to just do that. Why are you not able to do that and stay in one voice? It's like, it's not funny. It's like her and Kimmie. It's like she's rubbed off on Kimmie. Kimmie's rubbed off on her with these fake voices. I'm like, stop. And it's not cute. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cute, Lulu. I'm like, what is going on? But that's what she says, child. I'm like, okay. So she said, so then she's bringing up the fact that, so Kimmie all of a sudden is trying to clear her name. Okay. So Kimmie's bringing up the fact that she said, yeah, like, with ZX, I just quietly walked away from ZX, and how he didn't expose anything on me or any recordings or texts or anything like that. She goes, I just stepped away. That was it. She goes, I just chose to go in a different direction. And you know what I thought? Well, he hasn't yet, but just wait. He's getting desperate for content. Just you wait. Okay. Just you wait, baby. He's going to get you. He's going to come full throttle. When you least expect it, he's going to bring him out. Okay. Means when you come against him, when you speak against him on something, he's going to air you out. So don't think it hasn't happened. And it's not going to happen. Because she's like, everybody else he aired out. He's going to air you out too, Kimmie. He's going to air you out too, boo. You just wait. Okay. Now, I don't know why, but he was calling her when she was on her live. Why was Grown Folks TV calling Kimmie when Kimmie was on live talking about Dory? Because I guess Dory is still over there with him. So why would he be calling her? Was he calling her to shut her up or what? People want to know. Okay. So Raw, they said now people were saying that Raw was being hypocritical. That's what Snoop was saying because Mona released a conversation, okay, and Dory did not. So she's asking why was she if Mona released a conversation, why were you mad at Dory saying Dory betrayed you? That didn't make sense and it still doesn't. Okay. Now, Raw claims that Dory has an agenda, and her agenda is she deleted her channel back in, I believe it was December or January. When she deleted her channel, she said that she felt bad about it or whatever. It was a wrong move. So now she's trying to do anything to get her channel back up, is what Raw is saying. And I'm like, what? She said that she's jealous of Kimmie's numbers because Kimmie just came back and about her numbers or whatever. And she doesn't want Kimmie to do better than her or whatever. So she's jealous of her numbers. Child, I don't know. Okay. Now, Snoop did mention, which was interesting to me, that Dory had purchased one of her channels before. I'm like, what? Uh-huh. I was like, who's selling? I always heard about people selling channels, but I didn't believe it. How the hell are you selling a channel? Child, I cannot. Okay. Cannot. But that's what she said. I was like, oh, child, it's a lot going on. A lot going on, baby. Okay. I cannot. So that's what she said, child. I'm like, these people. So then, okay, so then, hold on, just making sure here. So then Raw starts fighting with Diva, who was in the chat, okay? Because Diet had put a post up, okay, and I guess she was talking about Diva's panel when they were over there or whatever, right? And about Kimmie and Raw being on the panel. So then Raw had put eyes in the chat in the Raw had put eyes in Diet had posted Diet had posted a chat a video or whatever, not video. Diet had posted a post and she was like, yeah, talking about how the panel was or whatever and about Kimmie and Raw being on there, whatever. Somehow I'm paraphrasing that they were bombarded or whatever, okay? So then Raw put eyes in the chat. Well, the Black sector said that that's like a no-no. You don't do that. That's like you're shading the person. Okay. So I didn't know that. I was like, that's interesting to know because I wouldn't have known that. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. So that's when Diva was going in or whatever, right? And I guess that was when it may have been even after, or I'm thinking it was before she was cussing Raw out over there, or Raw was cussing her out on the panel of Snoops. And she just went in and she was like, F you, I told you it is what it is. And da, da, da. So then I go over there and turns out Raw had blocked Diva in her chat. And I'm like, why did she block Diva? Who knew they had a beef? Now, Kimmie is claiming to have known Diva for all these years. Now, is it me or does Kimmie pretend like she knows people? When Kimmie came out saying that she knew me, she had been following me for a long time, I never knew Kimmie had followed me for a long time. I was taken aback. I was like, you have? Kimmie says this about every person, that she's known them for a long time. Have y'all noticed that? I've known you for a long time. Hey, Pray Tell. Hey, Poetic. How you doing, my baby? Good morning. She's like, I've known them for a long time. I've known you for a long time. It's like, what? How long have you really known somebody for? The people want to know. How long have you really known these people for? Because she's always saying that she's known people for years. Okay? You're from the Black sector, Lulu. Never heard that before. With the eyes, folks just being silly. Child. Thank you, Poetic. It's a big business on Instagram, child. Is it selling channels? Child, I cannot. Okay. So, anyways, I was like, oh my God, it's a lot going on. What the hell is happening? So it's just like Peyton Place, honey. I'm like, so it's the blame game. And I think that Dory just gets really involved with these people. People don't take the warning signs. The warning signs are there. Now Raw is saying she can't be authentic with people. She has to be standoffish and mean with people, but she wants to be nice with them. It's like a whole big thing. And Raw is like, well, yeah, I know I was with I was talking to Dee Dee Loop, and then I was with, well, kind of like shouting out Babe Nation, but she said she wasn't really shouting out, but okay, whatever. We saw. And then she was like, and then, and then I was with Dory, and now I'm with Kimmie, and we'll see what. And then we're like, well, and the soup was like, well, I hope y'all don't fall out or whatever. And she said, well, we'll see what happens. Well, it's a track record. And see, Kimmie has a way of manipulating the person. She has a way of manipulating you to come out with things. And I believe she manipulated Raw to come out here and go after Dory. Whereas it would have just fizzled out. But Raw doesn't get what Kimmie did because Kimmie is she's very manipulating and calculating. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. She's very manipulating and calculating. Absolutely. So I'm just like, really? Make it make sense, child. Make it make sense. Hey, Keish. Exactly. It was weird. I'm like, what the hell? But my main thing is this. When we got more of an explanation from Raw, I get it. Okay, I get it. She was just tired. And that's not a problem. But I think when she stayed quiet, that was the thing. When she stayed quiet, that was why I was like, all of a sudden you woke up one day and you don't want to talk to Dory, but there was a whole backstory that she wasn't telling. And I think she just didn't want to come out here and look like a complete fool. So it just made it seem like, oh, all of a sudden, when Kimmie comes, then you're all of a sudden, falling out with your bestie, your sis. But then on the other hand, in Snoop's live, you're saying, no, I never trusted her. I never trusted her. If I can't trust somebody, you're not my friend. But why were you calling her bestie and all that? See, that's what I'm saying. It's a contradiction. Just say, you had a bad judge of character. You thought that she had changed with you. Just say it like that. Don't be trying to make it seem like that, you never trusted her. You did that. Obviously, you did because you were calling her bestie, friend, sis, all this and all that. It was a whole bunch because we all make misjudgments on people, but just own it. Raw is two-faced. Anything she says, Poetic Kel said, is incredible. She's trying to build that dead S channel off of hers. Child. I just didn't understand it. Yeah, it is kind of weak, Heat Wave. Yeah. Because you knew how I still say you knew how Dory was. You knew it. Snoop said the same thing. You knew how she was in the beginning. So why would you think she would do anything different? Why would you think she would be different? But Kimmie was in the background wanting to pop somebody. She was wanting to pop somebody, so she picked up Dory's story because she wanted to pop Dory. And she even asked, like, Kimmie, what do you have to do with it? Kimmie was like, because I wanted her to come out and tell the truth. She wanted her to come out and tell the truth. I'm like, okay, just randomly? I wanted her to come out and tell the truth randomly. Why? Because she did nothing to you, but just randomly you want her to come out and tell the truth, so you just dox this woman whose identity she's taken, and we don't even know if the woman's pressed charges or not. It's really weird. Child, I cannot. Okay. And then I don't know if they recorded the conversation of the woman or not. I'm pretty sure they did. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they did. Child, it is a mess. A whole complete mess. So then she was saying that they were saying that with Kimmie was saying, here's another part of Kimmie being messy. She said, oh, well, when Rob told when Dory told her that that allegedly Mimi, had wanted her husband or whatever, right? She was like, and then I sent the message to a mutual person. And here she goes, well, I guess he don't mind if I say his name, Kiki. And I was like, oh my God. She said she sent a message to Kiki to tell Mimi that Dory is saying that she wants her husband. And I'm like, that is so damn messy. That is so damn messy. For what? See what I'm saying? Just getting all these people involved, doing all this talking, more added mess, but yet she's going to go back to her channel and be like, oh, I got other stuff planned. Oh, I'm sure you do, until the next thing come out. Hey, Ronnie Q, how you doing, baby? Exactly, Ronnie Q. Why don't Kimmie talk about her lies? I don't know. She's deflecting from everything, I guess. I don't know why she won't talk about her lies. But anything that she puts out, she's like, she's only the person that I did this. Well, I'm just saying this because I just wanted her to tell the truth. Like, she's so damn honest. No, we need you to address your lies about and your part in, how about that, Kimmie? Before you move on, Kimmie, we need you to correct your past. We need you to understand why you lied and said that you were cut off, that you did not respond to anything. You didn't know anything about the doxing of Pizarro, which you did. You were sitting there on that phone co-signing it. You sit up there and lied. You were popped. It was released, the phone call. But you ran. You didn't want to have, you didn't have anything to say. You didn't have a response. But now it's time. You got your channel. You got a voice. So we want you to own up to it and speak. Mhm. Exactly. When the husband gets thrown in, it's going way too far. Log off. Oh yeah. Child, I was in shock. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? Y'all, if y'all could see me, I was just like, where does this come in? Like, what, are they okay? Why are you randomly sending Kiki a message to tell Mimi? What would your purpose be in that? Were you trying to get in good with Mimi, Kimmie? Is that what you were trying to do? There's a motive in everything. And I want to know, was she trying to get in good with Kimmie by mentioning that? I mean, was Kimmie trying to get in good with Mimi? I don't understand that. It was just really odd that all of a sudden you would throw that in there. She was trying to take down Dory for whatever reason possible. This is why I say there's a lot going on here. Yes, Raw was tired of Dory, but Kimmie put the nail in the coffin because Kimmie was working around. She was doing work, baby. She wanted to take her down. Kimmie always has a plot to take people down. If you notice, she goes way too far. She's way too invested, and she claims she's not. No, she is very invested. hmm She's constantly lurking around to try and get people in. If you notice, she kept going back in with that DMSO stuff, going back over there with information, doing this, doing that. She's constantly. And she's just, to hear her say, oh, she don't air nobody out that she's been friends with. Yes, you do. You aired out Brianna. You kept doing it. And that's the only one that they've let you be close to. Oh, and the Misso. So you aired both of them out. But she went by way of Kiki. She's always going by way of somebody. Then she went by way of Grown Folks TV with Brianna. Good morning, the only Empress. How you doing, baby? So I just want to know what is really happening, because she's looking like a whole fool on these streets the way she's moving around. Okay. Now, Dory was saying something about that she couldn't be friends with Heidi because of Raw, because of the lawsuits. Raw made it clear that she's dropping all lawsuits against everybody except for Trish. She says that Trish allegedly stole her brand. Uh-huh. So I'm like, wow. So she is going to continue to press charges because she said that is her brand. So, child, I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's really a lot, honey. It's interesting. It's really a lot, though. But I'm like, it's a lot going on, as far as everything is concerned. And my thought is this: if for people that even question Dory, okay, so she's an attorney allegedly, okay, and then she wanted her to go into business with her for a background checks and slash investigating slash transportation. Now, where would that come in at? We all know that 5A claimed to have a transportation company. We all know that there's background investigators. We call ourselves investigators. Is that where that came from? Because I'm like, why would you randomly say those two types of businesses? That's just weird. I would have questioned it already in my mind if anybody brought that to me and said, okay, this is the type of businesses we're going to invest in, blah, 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 blah. What is the plan? Like, can that person explain the plan? What do you plan to do? How are you going to set up the organization? What is your pitch? Child. I'm trying to tell you, it just don't make any sense to me. So Raw was crying because Raw was hurt, And she was crying and she was hurt. And, it's understandable. But see, you did care. If you're crying, that means you cared. Has nothing to do with your brand. It's because you cared. So you really loved Dory and you felt bad because of the role that you played in it. And it's understandable. But my thought is just own it. I wouldn't say, well, I got mad at her because the phone call was recorded. Why are you mad at her? She didn't betray you. Poetic said, what brand? Like, I don't hear folks talking about Raw or wondering what she's up to. I just can't. I don't know, Poetic. I don't know, baby. Yeah, she was crying. So it just didn't make any sense. I guess because everybody was like coming down on her or whatever, and this and that. And I'm just like, that's what Kimmie loves. She loves to have all the drama going because she feels good. She wants to be the one to have this like God complex where she came in and she saved the day. No, she came in and she wrecked damn havoc. And she came out here to expose Dory for nothing. For nothing. They're not even, there was no point of Kimmie coming out here and pressing this whole issue and doxing the woman's sister, and doing all this mess and sending Kiki over there to tell Mimi anything. There was no reason other than maybe she's trying to get to her 1,000 subscribers, because she did keep saying that in her chat. Thank you, everybody. We're doing. You didn't even have to do all that. You were going to get there regardless. This is a problem I understand with these people. You were going to get there. People genuinely liked her for her. But now she doesn't even, I don't even know if we even knew the real person. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Why does she even have a lawsuit? Does she even have a lawsuit? Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. She has one. What brand? Like, what brand? Like, I don't hear folks talking about Raw or wonder. Okay, hold on. Let me go up. Tabby said all of these people are important in their minds. I see. That's what I'm saying. People get full of themselves, I guess. This whole situation sounds like a show on TV. Jasmine said so much drama and backstabbing. Child. It's crazy. Lulu is so funny. Lulu said when you're crying on YouTube, log off. They need a series on the ID channel. Child, she played in our face today. Exactly. I don't understand it. It's just ridiculous. I'm like, okay, we see there that, she was upset. Rob was upset because she said that Dory was coming off as a victim. Okay. And we get it. We get it. Because you know why Dory was coming out as a victim? Because we all of a sudden didn't think there was an issue. To us, it seemed like they were getting along good. They were just lovey-dovey, and she was like, yeah, she was co-signing the fact that, she was saying she was an attorney, and she was co-signing the fact that Diamond had X amount of dollars, that she was gonna, I forgot what she said. She was gonna lend, when did she was gonna lend somebody 7K or something like that? And she was like, yeah, she has, and she goes, and I was on my video, the video that I did. If y'all want to look it up, you can look it up. I believe it was under Raw visits the channel or something, or Raw hits the panel, something like that. Now, she said that she was going to give somebody 7K or something like that. I believe it was 7K. And I remember when she was like, didn't I just have that money? I just showed you, I just had that money, right? And then Rob was like, yeah, you do. And I knew she was lying. I could tell. She just didn't say it with confidence. I was like, girl, stop. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Child. I think there is a show called Web of Lies. It's about internet crimes and betrayal. That would be perfect. Child, I cannot. So I'm just like, why? See, my motive is I'm gonna write down all these people. See, I'm gonna do a chart of Kimmie. I'm gonna do a chart, and I'm gonna put Kimmie at the top, and I'm gonna put all of these people that she's came after. All of these people. Mind you, when Kimmie left Sean Bradley's camp, she still had access to his Patreon, remember? So she was over there getting information for Patreon, bringing it over here to Brianna, and we would be watching it, remember, on his Patreons. And I believe she would get onto his Zoom and we'd be watching him. And I'm like, she left vengefully. I wonder what happened to make her leave vengefully. And then that's when she came over talking about that she was, well, before then, even before Brianna, that she was always watching me and she was always with me. And I was always been doing this for you, Tracy, and and I'm like, oh, I had no clue of her because she probably hadn't. That's the same thing she's saying about Diva. I'm like, girl, please. You know, please. I just don't believe her. I don't believe her. She always saying she knew people. She knew Raw for years. She knew everybody for years. She ain't never said, "Oh, I just met so and so." Does that make any sense? She ain't never said that. It's always, "Oh, I've been supporting for years." Really? We don't believe you. In her voice, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You know, I'm like, girl, stop with that voice. Just stop. It's just fake, y'all. Just completely fake. So now I wonder what else she's gonna do. What else she gonna come out with? Okay. She's already came out of the woodwork with all this other stuff. What other recordings do you have, Kimmie? Because I know you got other stuff up your sleeve, girl. Because Raw is busy. Raw's not thinking about nothing like that. Raw's busy, figure out what she's gonna do, I guess, with her kids and everything else. She's just busy. Being a mother, regular things. Dory was set up for the fall today. Yep, Keish. But I don't know. Do you see and what? But there's no motive. The motive is so weird. The motive, because I don't even think Dory cares if she gets that many people watching her or not. It's not. I don't think that's her. I don't think she has any motive. Ronnie Q said you never heard her mention her friend Raw when she was tearing down Bree's channel. Thank you. Exactly, Ronnie Q. Exactly. That is a good point. She never mentioned Raw. That I'm telling you, she never mentioned Raw. She's such a liar. She never watched Raw. The people that watch Raw, you would know it. Like I would go over there and say, "Hey, Raw," and shout her out or whatever. People would do that. We would all do that. We go over there every now and then when she has different content. I would report on it. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Yep, Jasmine said Dory has a problem. She always gets herself into drama. Exactly, Jasmine. All the more reason to not get involved. If you see somebody has a problem with people and they're always in some drama and they're always saying they let money in this and that, why would you go then and befriend the person? For what? Heatwave said fake like the checks she wrote. Woo child. Child. Views we tuned into nothing today. Child, it's a lot, okay? It's ridiculous. I'm just like, whatever. She's in a different sector, Poetic, so she doesn't get that many views. But I'm not sure what sector she's in, but she is in a different sector. Now, the last time that I seen Raw at her normal self, let me tell you, since then, I don't know if she's had a lot of anxiety, Raw. I'm not sure, but if you hear this, Raw, the video when you did the interview, or well, not interview, but the phone call with Dory, right? When you were laughing on there and you just released that phone call from November 3rd, that was the last time you were at your normal self. And that's prior to Kimmie. So that's something to think about. Kimmie is triggering, and I think that she puts everybody's nerves on edge. I think that she brings out anxiety in people because even Brianna's channel had sank. Remember when she had sang Brianna's channel? Brianna was whenever she would come on, she felt, I guess, all strained and burdened and everything else because of Kimmie. We could see it in her face and everything. And the way she would talk, it was like irritation. And now it's like rubbed off on you, Raw. And Raw would come out in her pretty wigs, not no white wig or gray wig or whatever she got on now. Not no crazy background thing or whatever. It was just normal. And you would talk in a steady voice. I love that about you. Now it's kind of like rah, rah, rah. It's weird. Hey, Shells, how you doing, baby? Hey, Just Read, how you doing, boo? And I'm just, this is what we see. And I'm just saying, this is what we see. And it's really weird because I'm like, where did all this come from? This is not the same Raw that we knew. That's all I'm saying. There's been a change and a shift. And I think it's because of Kimmie. It has to be. And you will learn for yourself because I understand I don't really listen to a lot of what people tell me either. But I have to learn for myself. But I'm just saying, just to stay on guard. Because you think you're in control of something, a situation, and you actually see and find out that this woman is manipulating, your mind. Not to say that you've fallen for the okie doke, but it's certain triggering things that somebody can say and keep saying it. And then in your mind, you will get sick of that person. And I think that's what Kimmie did. Whereas her and Rock could have probably, just, if she already knew that she was already, Diamond was already messy in the beginning. So she knew that. She was willing to deal with it. Same thing. Do you notice how Kimmie screams and cusses on everybody's channel? But her own. She pretends to be about women and love on her channel. Exactly. It's so fake. I'm telling you. She has a personality. Kimmie has a personality for every channel she's been on. That background on Raw's channel makes me dizzy. I don't know why she has that on there. It's weird. Poetic. I know, baby. Tracy, please don't get mad at me. I don't feel like Kimmie is to blame for any of this. Okay, Shells. I would love to hear your Shells. Can you hit the link? I'd love the opposing opinion. I love it, babes. Only Empress said I unsub from Bree because of Kimmie. Yep. Ronnie Q said she's no longer warning people. I'm just going to watch them to get their a nod off. Exactly. I want to hear Shell's opinion. Hold on, Shells. Let me drop the link. Okay. Yeah, I want to hear her opinion because I'm just like, I just see it. I mean, it doesn't seem everywhere she goes, it's just like it's hell. I'm like, just stay on your own. Just stay there on your own. Let people come to you. Don't go off to other people. Hey, Invictus, how you doing, baby? Good morning. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child, honey. Baby, when I tell you that Diva cussed Raw the hell out, baby, she cussed her the entire hell out. I was like, dang. And then Diva said that if anybody, because Diva and Diet don't get along. So she was like, if anybody is subscribed to Diet, or if any one of her moderators is over there, wait, if any one of her moderators mods for Diet, she said, I'm sorry, I have to take your wrench. Because, she said, I guess the conflict of interest, because she said, I guess they've given their I guess YouTube ship time or whatever. And being that she has, they've always fallen out. So she's like, they've tried in the past. So, okay, let me bring Shells up. Hey, Shells. Good morning, baby.
Good morning, babes. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now, what is your perspective on the whole thing? You said you don't think Kimmie's at fault.
No, I don't think Kimmie's at fault for what's going
Mm-hmm.
on at all. I don't think she has anything to do with this. I think that Raw went with where the numbers was at because I don't think that Kimmie and Dory really had a relationship all like that.
Right.
Especially if Dory told Kimmie to not tell Raw that they were friends. Like, why do you have to hide your friendship?
But
Right?
they were never friends, though.
Who was never friends?
Kimmie and Dory were never friends.
Well, both of them said that they were cool with each other, and that Dory stated that she asked Kimmie to not say that they were talking. Maybe Raw has controlling issues or whatever. So the fact that they had to not openly, like, they couldn't know. So when Raw and Dory, when they were talking, Raw
Uh-huh.
was under the assumption that the two of them really weren't cool like that because that's what they have been playing. So to me, that's already, what grown women play games like that?
That's crazy as hell
That's
because
silly.
Kimmie sat right up there and said on her panel, and also she said on Snoop's panel that they were never friends because she didn't like Dory. I'm like, where did this come from? So Dory was thinking, I guess, that they were friends. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. So
Apparently, it was like a frenemy thing,
I don't
and
know.
it's
I don't know
weird.
what they have going on, but I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody's hands, in my opinion, is a little
Mm-hmm.
bit dirty because
Yeah.
if they were not, the way
Mm-hmm.
that Dory talked to Kimmie and Kimmie
Mm-hmm.
had talked to Dory, there's no way in the world that I would have worked that out behind the scenes and then came back to act like we worked it out. You're just going your way and I'm going my way and all. Man, all that right there was some bullshit. Period. What it was
Exactly.
is too much was coming out. Too much
Mm-hmm.
was being brought to the surface. Kimmie had already did too much investigation. Raw had already done too
Mm-hmm.
much. They had already done too much investigation on each other, and they did not want
Right.
that to come out, in my personal opinion. But I
Yep.
feel in this situation that Kimmie is the person that has the least amount to do with any of this. In my opinion, Raw had been snaking Dory from the get go. She was only in it for the money. She was only in it for the benefits.
Well, she said
Um,
she was. Now she said, remember, she said it was Christmas was coming, and all this happened like right in
but
November.
Right,
So,
but you remember
mhm,
I said that, right? You remember I said
yeah,
that, right? And
yep, you did.
when I said it, they said, no, 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 that's not what's going on.
I
If
just
I'm
couldn't
doing
believe
intros,
it.
but see, I already stated that she was there because Dory was giving her money and she was paying her for doing
You did
intros
say
and
that.
other stuff. So
Yeah, you said
also
that.
something else that I picked up when her husband stated that they have given her money to obtain a lawyer. I do feel like Dory's money has ran a little bit dry, and that's probably why Raw was ready to leave her behind. Okay, because I done got all what I can get from you, and now it's time for me to go. The reason why I say that is because her husband stated that he gave her money for fucking Legal Shield. Legal Shield is $20 fucking. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I would not have even repeated that out loud.
Exactly.
I don't think
Yep.
anybody else picked up on that. All they heard was money for
I
a
did.
lawyer, and they
Oh, I heard money for
assumed,
a lawyer, but I
right?
didn't hear it was legal shield. I thought it was money for a lawyer.
Oh,
Lawyer.
girl, you know nothing
I
don't
didn't
go
know it
over
was
my head, okay?
child shells.
I
Mm-mm.
heard Legal Shield, and how I knew the price with Legal Shield because when I first came across Jay Wilson, remember he was promoting
Yeah.
Legal Shield every video and the
Yes,
$20 a
and I
month.
used
So
to.
that's why I knew how much. And I
Mhm.
said, hold
And I
up.
used to be a manager in it. I think I told everybody that too. Yeah, and so it is 20 something dollars, and it's isn't it what it is that they have these lawyers on hold. It's like you retain these lawyers, and all it is you get a discount. So we don't know if it's the right fee or not. They can be charging whatever they want. They just say we give you a 20% discount.
They they
That's all that is.
they taking the
So,
money, hoping that you're never gonna have to use them.
hmm,
And if you do use them, they ain't gonna do but so goddamn much. Because if they were so great, everybody would be with them, and they're not, right?
let me ask you something. Do you think that maybe he was trying to sell that service to her? Is that what he was trying to do? Because you can be, and you get good money in it. Because I would get like 100 and something. I was a manager level. I would get almost $200 per person that I referred. So it's like, would you? I wonder if she.
You mean like you think Dory and her husband are affiliates with that company?
Yes, because think about it. Where would okay, maybe they were representatives of it, and he was trying to sell. He's like, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna get you an attorney, but like as a favor to
Tracy,
her.
let me tell you
But it was
something.
just
That's
it
the
was
that's
just
the
to get that
listen.
going.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
closest that's the closest to a lawyer that she is
Mm-hmm.
and will ever be.
Yes.
And she can take
Yes, I
me
think
and
so.
sue me for it, okay? Because
Yeah.
I already know her whole government name. I know her husband.
See?
No, sorry. I shouldn't say husband because they're not
Mm-hmm.
married. Legally,
Mm-hmm.
they're not married. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Wow.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
fact. Now, here's another thing. Why I say in this situation, Raw is no victim at all because you have been told time and time again about what this girl had been doing.
Right.
The audio was played by Mona, which something else I learned listening to these interviews or whatever is that
Mm-hmm.
Raw stated that she recorded when her and Mona was on the phone with Dory, and Dory did not know until the call was over. So how does that make Raw any better than Mona? Why was Mona getting dragged for recording this call and bringing it out while all the while Raw was recording too?
That's
Nobody
true. That doesn't
nobody
make
said
sense.
this, nobody said anything about that today. But see, I picked up on all of that. And this is the thing. People, I mean, from
But
um
yet they want to get mad at you. Remember from when you would record calls? Now it's like a normal thing.
but
People just record calls all the
But
time.
this is the thing, Tracy. I've always openly said I've never
Yep.
hid it. From the
Yep.
time I came on here, I tell
And Mona
everybody,
did too.
I
Honestly, Mona
report.
did as well.
Yes,
Mhm,
Mona's another
mhm,
one. And I've talked to Mona like one or two times. We had to discuss something. We was on the phone with Nicole, and she was
mhm.
like, well, I'm recording. I'm like, that's no problem. Because I know that. I don't, the
Right,
thing about me, I don't do sneaky, snaky stuff. Everything with me, you know what it is. You know what I
right.
give. There's no reason to act surprised by it, right?
Mhm,
Raw
mhm.
knew this. Raw had been told this by Boss Lady New Jersey and Lady Detroit. I mean, you've heard these same stories over and
Yeah,
over
that's the
again,
thing. She can't say she didn't know. She knew that what she was
right?
getting into. Maybe it was
And
for the money because you know what, you're right. Because like she said, it was around Christmas, and she was saying, she was wanting her to pay for those intros and all this and all that. But see, it comes at a cost. When you're trying to snake somebody out, it comes at a cost. And I think she was just tired of Dory, calling her and doing all this stuff because she was getting more and more erratic. Whereas she was trying to back away, I think, from her.
let
But
me
she had already invested all this
let me
money in
tell you
her.
something. Even if
Mm-hmm.
Raw was for real about Dory,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't last long, and it was over before it got started.
Yep.
Listen, when her and
Mhm,
Mona got into that situation with the recorded phone call, check this
mhm,
out. Dory went and had a conversation with Nicole behind the scenes,
uh-huh.
okay? And
That's
tried
tea.
to come to some, I guess, resolution about maybe not doing some legal stuff. Never talked to Raw about it. Never told Raw. Raw found out when Raw came on her channel. Raw started crying. All of this was on Dory's channel that she took down, right?
Oh my
I
God.
could tell then that she was hurt and disappointed. Like, well, how could you go and do that without talking to me or whatever? But see, Dory goes wherever the wind blows. So when she talked to
Yeah,
Nicole, she tried to say whatever was going to make Nicole feel good for that moment. You see what I'm saying? And then when she
exactly.
talked to
Yeah.
Raw, okay, Raw, well, we got to do this and we got to do that or whatever. Dory's husband also said in so many words, my wife is full of shit. My wife is going to tell you any goddamn thing because she's playing a role.
Wow.
She's never going to really let you know what's going on with her. I mean, that's what he said. So
Wow.
it's like at the end of the day, Dory is no victim. And I'm not going to allow anybody to sit here and act like she's the victim because she's not. Okay. Even
Mm,
when
yeah.
Kimmie, in my opinion, was
Mhm.
giving Dory mercy and grace, Dory still showed her ass. Dory still tried to stick to those lies about the sorority and all that other stuff. She can't let it go. She can't stop lying. It's either mental, something's wrong with her. She can't help herself, or either she believes the lies that she's
Yeah,
telling.
she honestly lied about that too because like she said, you can't pledge two. And then, but I have a question too because what goes around comes around, and I don't think that Kimmie is active in her and what she's claiming is her sorority either. Now, Ronnie Q said too that Kimmie said that out of her own mouth that she never liked Dory, so nothing that she did was legitimate anyways. And I think maybe Dory maybe sensed that or something, or maybe Dory thought they were friends because Kimmie
Let
does
me
play a
tell you
good act.
something.
You know?
Dory's this type of person, and as much as I don't fuck with Raw, because I feel like she's just a
Oh,
floozy to
F
me.
word.
She's just a fucking floozy, period. Point blank in the subject. She's a floozy, and Michael can't read Cat in the Hat, period. Fuck the kids. So
Mhm. You said the
at
F word again, chills.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. F the kids. So
Okay.
she's a floozy or whatever.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, like
Hmm.
you used her. You used her.
Yeah.
You didn't care what the amount of money was. You used her.
They
You
all use
used
each other
her.
in a sense.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
all use each other. But you
you're
notice
right.
when they
Like you
all
said.
over, do you remember when they were all see when people over talk each other? That's why when
Uh-huh.
I do interviews, I don't allow all that WWE because that's called deflection. When
Yep.
you gotta over talk each other, it's because you
Hmm.
don't want the truth to come out. Dory
Exactly.
screaming, "That's my sister! That's my sister! I'm not gonna do that to her. Why not? She done did it to you. What was she
Yeah.
holding back for?" Right? So
Yeah.
all of that because they all got dirt on each other. And when they
Yeah.
talk behind the scenes, in my opinion, each one
Hmm.
revealed a little bit about the next one, and they felt nervous. Do I believe that Dory got locked up for stealing cigarettes? I don't really know how she could have, just because I mean cigarettes be locked up places where they got to go behind the counter and give it to you. But then again, she's in Virginia, and I know in Virginia things there are a little bit different, a little bit more lenient. At least it was way back when I lived out there for a little bit. But I don't know about all that. But maybe it wasn't even cigarettes. She could have been stealing something else and it was stealing cigarettes as an excuse to why she was stealing it. I do think that Dory at some point in time was getting money. I don't think she was getting the money legally, because when you can give money away that freely, you didn't work hard for it. When you work hard for your money, you're not going to give it away all like that. You're not even going to give away YouTube money all like that. You might do giveaways, or you might donate something here or there, but you're not going to give away thousands of dollars to individuals that you've never met, never broke bread with. You're not going to do that, right?
Nah. Mihar. Good morning, Mihar. You're right, babes.
And like I said, I don't like Raw at all. But one thing I can back her up on, because that girl Tomboy, I think that's her name, Tomboy Diva, something like. Okay, that's my first time ever listening to her today. I didn't know who she was, but anyway, I listened to her, and she was saying it takes two people to talk and gossip on the phone. With that, I will say no, and I will back Raw up with that. Dory talks so much, she doesn't give you an opportunity to say
everybody said that. Everybody said that. Yeah,
she does not stop. And even when you stop her, she's still going to talk and gossip, period. Do you know how many times I kept telling her, like, whoa, don't do that when it comes to Nicole? Because of my relationship, she still kept doing it. And that's why I ended up doing what I did. She doesn't stop. So with that, Raw is 1,000% correct. Now, here's another thing. Did you catch this? Did you catch how somebody asked her about, and I don't really like even bringing up her name because I don't care for her either. I know that's your friend, so I'm not going to disrespect her. But Mimi, did you see how Dory basically said that she did say it, but they had talked about it behind the scenes, so they was going to leave it alone? If you did it, stand in it.
Wait, Dory said that? She said that? When did she say that?
Yes, she did.
Online? She said that online? Wow.
If you go back to Diva Tom, not Diva Tom. If you go to Kimmie's page, if you go to Kimmie's page to the resolution video, did you see that one?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did, but I came in late on it. Maybe that's why.
Okay. Now, in order to hear it, and if anybody in the chat heard it, if y'all can help me out or give me a approximate timestamp, because I was just taking mental notes of what I was listening to. If you pay attention to how Dory was behaving during that way, she wanted to hush it up. If you don't listen good, you won't even pick up that she said that. She was like, oh, we're going to move on. But see, remember I told Mimi before that wasn't her friend, but what did she do? She came on a video and wanted to come for me. So see, I let people find out stuff on their own, by themselves. I love it. I love it. Did you hear how Dory said that she went up and hit Nika up about Kimmie? And then after,
how did I miss all this? I need to watch that video.
All that over talking, all of that, oh, my throat hurts, my microphone ain't working, bitch, you're lying. When you're on panels being messy, you're hollering and screaming, sounding like DMX, now suddenly you got laryngitis, get out of here. Get out of here. Exactly. So she admitted more than one time that she said she emailed Nika about Kimmie and said that Kimmie was the one that took Nika page down, and then she tried to change it back around, but by that time Kimmie's already irritated with Nika, and she's basically throwing shade at Nika, and I think that's wrong, because
I told y'all how she did that. I knew she did it because it was obvious, because she went over there, remember, and she was all, and Nika was all, how are you doing today, Kimmie? She was like, I'm ecstatic. You know, she did that. I was like, what?
from
It was just,
how I from how I gathered it, it
mhm.
seemed to me like Raw had told Dory that, and then
Yeah.
once they worked out stuff behind the scenes, then they wanted to
Mhm.
sweep that underneath the rug like it was a misunderstanding. Because Dory was like, "Well, that was the information that I was given, but you was given it by this one. So what are you talking about?" My
That's
thing is this: we
crazy.
all do stuff. I do stuff.
But
I've
you
done
don't do
something
stuff like that when you
right,
say when
but
we're in YouTube ship shells. I'm not going to be trying to come for your channel. I don't need to be
right.
talking about you
No, no,
behind
no.
nobody's back.
No, no, I
It's
don't mean that. What I'm saying is we all have done messed up stuff on YouTube, but we stand in it. Dory
yeah.
has not taken accountability for
Yeah,
nothing.
Dory will not come through. And that's just the way she, let me tell you,
Nothing.
that's the way she is. And it's not a good thing. But you know what? People that deal with Dory, it is what it is. She tells you, she shows you how she is. If you think she's going to be anything different, then that's on you,
That
is my
part.
thing. You
That
know?
part. So, and that's why I'm saying to you that I know you're saying you like Raw and you think it's Kimmie. No, you got to call a spade a spade. Raw knew what it was. And Raw to
Yeah.
me is more low down than Dory, in my opinion. Because this
Because
is
of
the
the
thing.
whole thing. Because of,
You
uh,
knew what you was dealing with, right?
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
still played in her freaking face. You took her money. You talked to her husband. You let her send you obituaries, whether it was real, fake, or in between. You stood there and let this girl call you several times a day, knowing that you had no desire to really have a
Exactly.
relationship with her.
And she called her, they called each other besties. Remember they were calling besties, my
Yeah,
sister. Yeah, she played and she admitted it. The thing is, she admitted it. She played in her face to get money. And I'm like, girl, that is just sad.
that doesn't make you
You're
look
right.
good. That
So
doesn't
all
make you
of
look
them
good.
it doesn't. All of them have a strange thing into it. Now, why do you think Kimmie's innocent though in this? Because to me, she orchestrated everything to come out to the forefront. But go ahead.
Well, I don't know how it all came out down like that, and I'm not saying that Kimmie is innocent, but when it
Mm-hmm.
all came down to it, and they got to talking, to me, Dory was doing too much backtracking, and Kimmie kept saying over and over again, "Well, why were you taking it out on me?" And then Dory was trying to change it around, and that's what Dory does. Dory does a lot of behind the scenes politicking, and oh no, keep it to the back chat. So to me, yeah, maybe Kimmie didn't want some extra stuff to come out, personal
Mm-hmm.
information, because Dory said that Kimmie asked her to be her secretary, okay, for this imaginary law firm. Now, when they said that Dory was not the person she was claiming to be, the lawyer, I
Mm-hmm.
already said that.
We already knew that. I
I
mean, I
already said that.
um,
The name that she's using, well, no, sorry. The name, okay. Let me try to make this clear. The name that I have for her, the
mm-hmm.
government name that she's using, not that she's
Mm-hmm.
given to anybody on YouTube, the government name that I have for her
Mm-hmm.
does belong to a lawyer. Absolutely, it does. That
Is that
lawyer,
the one that PayPal is under the Indian name?
um, I don't know
Because I
about
thought
her.
you were just watching me, but I spoke about that, how they said that, the PayPal, they doxed that Indian person's name. And that person came up at a law firm. And I'm thinking this,
Yes,
if
there
they were
is.
selling, if they
Yes,
were selling prepaid legal or legal shield, if they were selling that, she could have gotten that number. She could have gotten that person's name from there. And then that's how she set that up in her name. So that when they would call, they would find it was an attorney firm. I bet you that's what happened.
there are two lawyers. I mean, sorry, there are two people with her
Mm-hmm.
exact name, first name,
Wow.
last name. One lives in DC, one lives
Mm-hmm.
in Virginia. Okay. The
Wow.
one in Virginia is a lawyer. She is neither one of those two people. Okay.
Child, I bet you. I
And the
bet because
husband is not her
Mhm,
husband. Period.
mhm. Oh my God.
Period.
I'm telling you, I
Period.
think she met these people through Legal Shield. I'm telling you, because this is what she, and I bet you she would use that to say that she was a lawyer. That's how she, because what they'll do is they'll have like a paralegal call you and they will get like a summary of what's going to happen, right? What is your case or whatever. Then they'll refer you to an attorney. So she has one person's name, which is a paralegal, and then she turns around when the attorney calls them to give them the discounted rate or how much it's going to be or if they can take the case. Then she'll get that person's name, and I bet you that's what she was using. Oh my God.
Now, it's a lot of things. I ain't gonna tell too much of my tea, but I did a full investigation. I have a full file. If you want it, I can send it to you. Huh? You want the file, Tracy?
No, I don't. Because it's too much. But you can tell me. You spill some tea, child. Spill some tea.
I'm just saying. I don't know. She ain't really that important. But I'm just saying, if you wanted the file, I could send it to you because she's not. She ain't none of what she say on here at all.
Okay, period. Is it okay? Send it to me. Okay, is a file on her or of her? Is it her regular name aside from those two names, or is it her regular name?
It's her. It's her age, date of birth, everything.
Okay, send it to me, Shell. Send it to me. Let me give you.
I got your email, girl.
Yeah. Okay, send it to me. I'd be like, but I guess I'll do it. Yeah, I'll look at it because I'm thinking it's just crazy. Because I'm like, come on, because Dory. I'm not surprised. That's what I'm saying. Because Dory, it's Dory. She has all these stories. Everything's elaborate. This and that. It is what it is. But
I personally didn't. I'm not saying that you were windmilling for her, but I didn't like you.
Yesterday I was.
Her. Well, even today, because she was taking all her time to speak so highly of Fi. Let Fi defend her. She was the same one, and this ain't got nothing to do with Fi Bae, but she was the same one who wanted me to interview her so she could tell me some tea about Fi Bae and QB. And I told her I was not interested. Now she back over there with them. See, I don't get no.
See, I'm not surprised. I guess I'm not so surprised. That's why I say my thing is this. You know how I assess the whole situation. I'm like this. If you dealt with Dory, you know how Dory was, point blank, period. Because of the person know how Dory was, no one's crazy. It had to be like Ross said, she was after her for the money. That's it. Because Ross said that's what she needed. So in essence, Dory is wrong for lying, period. But she came out here lying. So what's the difference? And she's still lying. So that's one. And then Raw was wrong because she went into it with the wrong intentions of getting money. Okay. Kimmie's into it because she likes to be in mess. And she likes that's just what it is. Mess and drama. And I think she just orchestrated this whole thing for clicks and views because she wanted to get to her 1,000. Because she thought that she really couldn't do it for whatever reason on her own. And so
Dory needs to hang it up. Because Dory needs to hang it up. Because if she had the capability of just saying being a content creator, right? Regardless of being messy or not, she could still gain an audience, whether in or outside this B sector. She hasn't been able to do that out of all of these times that she has tried. She's never even had like a little run of any form of success on YouTube. She has not had that. None of it. Nada. She done came back. She don't even got a goddamn community wall. Kimmie done came through in one day, already got 1,000+ subscribers, probably be monetized by the end of this month. Dory's still at square one. Regardless of what information Dory has, nobody wants it. The only thing that anybody wants from Dory is her money, okay? You're not going to gain any friends on here because we've already learned a long time ago that you can't be friends with anybody on YouTube. So that ain't going to happen. So you're not going to gain no friends. You're not going to have no successful channel because if you was, you would have already had it. You can't stand on your own. You go back and forth with people who dog you out and who you dog out. Like she's back over there with ZX. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like
it doesn't make sense. Yeah, that was right there. He had dogged her out so bad, dragged her for everything, and it was like, what? It was just weird. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, for what? And then why was ZX calling Kimmie in the background? I guess they're trying to stop her from talking about Dory. I guess it was weird.
This is another thing I saw when he was in the chat, and he said he didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And somebody was saying that they thought maybe it was a troll page or whatever. And Dory was like, no, he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He don't want to have nothing to do with it because he already knows who you are. You're not worth him. He's not going to jeopardize.
He's not going to get himself into nothing. I guarantee you he has her information and he's waiting till she do the wrong thing to out her. That's all it is. Just like with Kimmie.
And let me tell you something. Kimmie and Raw, that shit ain't going to last either.
No.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
they're two different people.
If Raw would do that to Dory, what you
Uh-huh.
think she'll do to Kimmie?
Yeah.
What do you think she'll do to her?
And
Same
I
shit.
mean, I don't know if she'll come at Kimmie in that way. I think that maybe
She
she'll
can't help
come to her
herself.
for a come up, she'll for clicks and
For a
views because
little,
she knows that
that's what she
Kimmie.
does with everybody. See,
Yeah.
when Raw came at me, it wasn't about
Mhm.
Dory's my sister and I got to back her up. No, it was I'm clout chasing. Let me get some numbers. Let me get some numbers up off this, which it worked. I mean, what my video she made towards me got her what the highest views she ever seen before, right?
Mhm.
So it wasn't out of protection or love. It was out of
Mhm.
clout chasing. She kicked Dory to the curb and ran with Kimmie because it's more beneficial on
Yeah.
YouTube and social media for her to
Yep.
ride with Kimmie for right now until she can find the next person to ride with
Yes.
them.
That's what I said.
Period.
That's exactly what I said. Remember, I was like, wait a minute, because why would she have even been over there with ZX as much as she stands for? Like, he's worse than Tommy. And remember, she didn't get along with Tommy after that because the way he talked to women. So what makes her think? That's why I was surprised when she was over there. I was like, why was she over there? But I think it was just a networking thing, to type of networking thing. You know what I'm saying? To network, but you're playing a dangerous game because you're
Well,
playing
you're
with
not
people's money.
networking if those people are not coming to your page to check you out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know, but you know how some
Networking is
people
when
think.
no, mm-mm. She needs
Yeah.
to go to she needs to go to counseling and figure out how is it that you've gotten on YouTube and out of all of these people, the husband said
Mhm.
50,000 to $70,000 they didn't gave away, right?
Oh
You
my
didn't gave
God.
away all of that, and
No,
you
I
don't
meant
even
on Raw's perspective. I meant Raw's perspective as far as her being over there. When I said, I think she was networking. I don't mean Dory, because
Oh,
Dory was
oh,
doing.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. She might have been. Yeah, she, on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
might have been networking.
Mm-hmm.
Dory, I don't know what
I
she's
think Dory.
doing.
I don't know if Dory just wants to. I think she just. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't even understand it. But it is what it is. That's why I always say it is what it is. And anybody she knows that anybody that befriends her wants money. It's just like Tisa. Anybody really that don't know Tisa. People was accepting Tisa because she gives money. That's it. They don't know her.
Yeah,
It's like, come on. They didn't. I mean, that's why only reason why people are like, oh, Tisa, come here, oh, Tisa. That's why, for the money. It's like it's
child.
sad, but if you put it out there, that's what people they're gonna be like, okay, well, I might as well take a piece of the pie. Let me be nice to her.
Yeah, I mean, if you gotta pay to play, then that's not really where you should be. Like, if you can't be accepted and hang out in a chat without
Mm-hmm.
breaking the bank, then that makes no sense. My computer's acting crazy because I was editing something, so I stopped doing that. But don't worry, I'm gonna send you this thing because I have it on this
So let
laptop
me
that
ask
I'm
you
on right
this:
now.
how old is Dory? How old is she actually?
48.
Oh, she's that old. Okay,
Mhm.
I didn't know that. Okay. But that's
Now
what
I
I'm
could.
thinking. Do you think that that's possible? That that's where she got that information from? Now that I'm tying it all together, I bet you that's where she got that information from, Legal Shield. Because how would she get them people's name? And then, for it to actually be a legitimate person, that's where they got that information from.
She should have tried to at least use somebody that remotely
It's
kind of look
crazy.
like her, but them two people are nothing near her. And not only that, it is illegal. It is a crime to
Yeah.
represent yourself as a lawyer. And let me tell you another thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care how people feel about Tasha K. I've had my issues with Tasha K. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we talked, and I don't have no beef with her. Honestly, I really don't have a beef with a whole lot of people. But
Mm-hmm.
is it right for Dory to keep running around and lying on Tasha K when Tasha K is already mixed up in a bunch of bullshit?
Well, yeah, ain't nobody believing Dory. Ain't nobody. I mean, it is wrong. And if I was Tasha K, I would send her a cease and desist just to do it because she's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? She needs to stop. She needs to stop saying that she's associated. She was doing this and that. We all know she wasn't. We all know she's lying. She needs to stop it.
Yeah. So
So she'll do what she has to do, child, because people are sending cease and desist. So let her, continue on saying all these lies, but nobody's believing it.
well,
That's
I
why I'm
think
like,
she's comfortable because she thinks that nobody knows who she is or where she is.
but you do. So I can't wait to get that information
And
because I'm gonna
and
be like,
guess who I
wow.
emailed today? Never mind. Let me just hold on to that
Tasha
until
K?
I get a
Tasha K?
response back.
Who, Tasha
I
K?
reached out to somebody today, about 30 minutes ago. So I don't know if they're going to respond back or if they're going to
Uh-huh.
anything like that. But I'm just saying,
Who, Shells? You can't leave us hanging like that. Who in the hell did you reach out to?
if I get a response, you'll be the first one that I tell.
Oh,
But I say I
oh
don't want
my
nobody getting
God.
ahead of it. I don't want nobody trying to clean it up.
So, okay,
hmm
got you.
Yeah,
Ooh, child.
because the thing about it is, you just can't do what you want to do.
Right.
Okay, you see that in the back chat?
Let me see. Oh, yes, yep.
You know,
I
I'm
don't blame
famous
you
for saying
because
the back chat. Now people get mad
yes,
when people say
I
back. I
know.
know
I
I've been
used to
saying the
get
back
mad.
chat
I'd be like, 'cause
forever.
Kimmie, you know why Kimmie does that, and you know she's lying. That's why I get mad at her for doing it. But yeah, I don't blame it because it's a lot going on, and yeah, hopefully it'll work out because
And
it needs to stop.
it
It
needs
really
to stop.
does.
And also, too, Dory's husband needs to put his foot down. What type of grown ass man grabs the phone to basically take over on an interview? I get standing by your wife and defending your wife, but
Hmm.
that's enabling bad freaking behavior.
Well, let
That's
me
what
ask you:
that is.
do y'all think she's on drugs? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're both on drugs.
Somebody said that she was. I don't know anything about that. Now she
She
did
has
say
to
to
be.
me, I don't know if she
Mhm.
was trying to get some information from me, or I don't know if she was lying, but she said that she had been told by somebody. Who this
Mhm.
person was, I don't know, but she said she was told by somebody that I was going around asking content creators to send me pills in the mail. Girl,
Oh, I remember
bye.
that mess. Yeah, I remember that
First
mess.
of all, I have too many health issues to ever have to beg anybody. I got too many doctors. I don't have to beg for any type of pills. And
Mhm.
even if I needed some pills, I know how to get them. You think I'm going to ask
Yeah.
somebody on YouTube when I know how these motherfuckers are? Hell
Yeah,
no.
I know. That's
Come on
crazy. Good
now.
morning, Carrie. How you doing, Carrie? Dr. Pat. Good morning, Brown Beauty. Child, I'm here, you Tabby. Hey, Tabby.
And you know,
Android
I
girl.
clocks tea all the time. I pulled out what's that stuff called when the people overdose and you got to put the stuff in their nose? Whatever that
I
stuff is
don't
called.
know. What is it? I don't even know. Like, what?
I said, look, here go my bottle right here. Because they
What
give it
is
to
it?
if you take controlled substance, they give you that I can't think of the name of it right now. I can get it out of the room and show you. I don't care.
I think I remember the name. Okay, I'm trying to remember the name from
I
South by
think it's
Underground because they talk
Narco,
about that a lot.
is it?
Yes, Norco.
Yeah,
Norco?
I got
Narcon. There it is. Invictus
I
at
got
Narcon.
thank you. I got
Mhm.
two bottles of it. Ain't never been open. Okay. I have morphine in my house. I got Percocet in my
Charles, you
house.
are crazy.
And I
I
got
cannot.
Vicodin in my house, all prescribed
Charles,
to
how do
me
you have all that
by
stuff?
my doctor. So what the hell do I look like asking anybody on YouTube for a pill? What they gonna give me? A Tylenol?
Yeah. Oh
A
my God.
Tylenol
Damn it,
3?
man.
No, no, no,
Sure, you
no.
are
No, no,
crazy.
no, no.
Oh my.
I have serious health issues. I got serious medication in here. I don't have to ask nobody for nothing.
So what does Narcan do? Like, how does it revive you? Does it like stun your system or something?
If you basically if you're almost about to die and
Yeah,
you
I've seen that on Soft-White Underbelly.
yeah,
They're like, I have my Narcan, and I'm like, what?
yeah. I mean, I often be saying I should just throw it in my purse just in case I see somebody that's like, I don't know why I would ever see anybody in that situation, but people
Hmm.
die all the time from that, like the because people will buy stuff like off the street and
Yep,
it'll be mixed with like
like
fentanyl and all that
heroin.
stuff. Right.
Mhm. And
So,
they mix it
but
with food. Mhm.
right, but doctors want to protect their self. So anytime that they prescribe to you
Mhm.
a controlled substance, by law you have to have at least one bottle of that, you know what I'm saying, in your house or in your possession or whatever.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and I showed it like whenever I was online, like anybody can go to the video and see it. I'm like here go my I don't care, like that type of stuff don't. So
Wow.
but Dory lies, she just lies so much. And a person who lies and lies about even small stuff like that is a very, very dangerous person. I'm sorry. They can do a lot of damage. People might think it's harmless and whatever, but nah, it's too, she goes too far with it.
That
But
is just crazy. I'm thinking now, Shells, and I'm like, I bet you that's where she got that from. Because that man, he slipped up when he said legal shield. If you said he said legal shield on that thing, he slipped up. I didn't pay attention to that.
He was
But he
doing
said
too
legal
much
shield.
talking, and she should not gave him the
See,
phone
she should not have.
because
Because that
I'm
lead that
like,
led the because how would she get because they do have a lot of Indian attorneys with legal shield. I bet you that that's where she got those two that's where she got the names from. Oh my God, that's
let
crazy.
me tell you
And
something.
already she can get that. Why would you do that? You gonna be messing with a that's crazy. That's like why it's just like why why would you it's kind of like impersonating a prison guard and you've been in prison. Why would you
Yeah.
do that? Why are you
Well,
pooping around where you lay or are you playing around with the system?
this is what I do believe, though. I don't know if she just happens to have the same name as that lawyer, or I don't know if she took
Wow.
that lawyer's identity. I
She
don't
I had
know.
to take the identity. She had to because
Well,
she knew she was gonna get doxxed. So she thought, it'll at least show and prove that she's an attorney if they dox her. No, it just showed that.
oh, and just for another thing, for the record, girl, she ain't from the DMV. Okay, period.
Oh
No. She may have lived there at some point in time, but
oh
from
my
there,
God.
absolutely not. No, she's lived in Texas before, but not
Mm.
DC. No, no, ma'am, she has not. I mean, it's a lot of things I be knowing, Tracy. I just don't say nothing because I just let people do what they want to do, girl. I don't.
So are
But
you and Nicole good now? Are y'all good?
I'm not. I don't hate her. I love Nicole,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
I've moved on. That's all.
okay.
No,
Because I know
I,
because y'all had to see because y'all are the ones. You know how I have like there's people that I like Mimi and Billy. I adore their friendship. It's
mhm.
just something that I adore. So you and Nicole was different because no matter what, y'all always were there for each other. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping that y'all
she's
will work. I think
been
y'all will work it out.
amazing person to me. I love her to death. I just reached a point in my life where I have some things that I need to deal with personally myself, and
Yeah,
I just think that um, sometimes you have to just move on. You know what I mean? And I also
yeah,
realized too on YouTube that sometimes having these relationships is really a conflict of interest. It causes a lot of issues.
it
Um,
really does. As far as
it
content
does.
that you put out, it
Yeah.
costs us a lot. Yeah.
Because with me, I'm a loyal person, and if
Hmm.
somebody's messing with you, I don't wanna have nothing to
Hmm.
do with them people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
you do
that's a
do
lot of
that. Mhm.
pressure yeah, that's a lot of pressure right there too, so when I free myself up and I can just focus on
Mhm.
myself, I don't have all of that. I don't have to worry about anybody else's issues, anybody else's drama,
See,
anybody
and it
else's
feels
beef.
free. You feel free at
Yeah,
that
I
point.
mean, I
It's
don't
like you
want
can
anybody
breathe.
to I would never want anybody to do anything to hurt her, harm her, or anything like
Hmm.
that, but I just don't wanna know about it, I don't wanna be a part of it, and I just
Yeah,
wanna be in my own space where I need to be at this point
yeah,
in life. That's all.
exactly. I hear you, and I understand that, babe. Well, it's really wild, but I do think that there's probably more to come out with Kimmy. There's layers and layers of stuff. She
Me,
only tells what she wants to tell.
if I was Kimmie, and this is just me,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
way that Dory tried to flip that interview, or that when they all try to come together for some resolution, because Dory
Hmm.
still wants to walk away looking as though she's somebody that she's not.
Yeah,
So if I was Kimmy, I would go ahead and just wear her completely out and be done with it. You know what I mean? Because all that trying to politic and behind the scenes, we're gonna say this, but to the people, we only gonna say this, and over
see,
here, we
that's what she's
nah, I
doing,
ain't got
and
time
you
for
can
that.
tell. She thinks
No.
people don't know that, but we see that, Kimmy. If she sees this video, Kimmy, we see what you're doing. You're coming out as you're coming off as a liar, and you're coming out as being sneaky and manipulative. And you don't want that. You don't want that out here. You want to put it all out there because she manipulated the audience. She said that Diamond said she was going to come out and say this, and she didn't even say it, but yet she went on with the storyline, like went on with it. And I'm like, for what? If you I would have came out here and blasted her out, said she said she was gonna come up here and say XYZ. She didn't come up here and say it. Why didn't she just be honest? Because she wanted
Well,
to be descriptive.
I can be honest because I don't have a relationship with any of them. Now I don't have an issue
And she
with
don't either.
Kimmie.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know that she has one with me. If she does, I don't know anything about it. The
Mm-hmm.
other two floozies, F them. Um, but I can be honest and say that Dory, in a way, made Kimmie look bad because she flipped that whole thing midway through. And that's what Dory does. Dory does so much talking. She says a whole bunch of nothing. She confuses everybody. She distracts everybody. So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
thing, you won't remember about Legal Shield. You're not going to remember that she said
Yep.
nothing about Nika or she emailed Nika, because that's what she does.
Yeah.
And
But you
I
know what?
want
Who
to
does that
know.
too? Kimmie does that too. She'll all of a sudden be like, well, no, I remember how she's so, oh, the channel was so bad. And it's like, you'll never get to the point, the end of it. And I'm like, you never admitted and owned up to the fact that you agreed to take down Brianna's channel and to dox Pizarro. She'll and to take their channel. She never admitted to that. That's why I'm like, you need to go back and address that because she went on to other things and she went missing for a little bit and came back. And that's when they was on to something else. But no, we haven't forgotten about it. I know
Right.
I haven't.
And
Hmm.
another thing that I can say, at least that
Hmm.
I saw or felt like that I saw, I didn't really see where Kimmie was bringing a bunch of different people's names into it. I don't really recall hearing Raw bring a bunch of people's names into it. The only person I kept hearing bring up a whole bunch of people's name dropping was Dory.
Yeah.
The only
In this
time when
situation,
maybe
yeah.
Kimmie brought something up and said, I don't remember if it was Kimmie or
Well,
who
she
said
did
something
bring
about
Ken into
Mimi's.
it. She brought Ken in. Yeah,
Yes, she
Ken.
did.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Ken, and I think
Mhm.
the Ken came to
She
the
brought Ken and Mimi. So she did bring Ken and
Mimi.
Mimi into it.
Right,
Yeah, she
right.
did.
She
Uh-huh.
brought up
Wow.
Ken, but see, I think that's because her and Ken are friends, right? So I think she brought up Ken's name because her and Kimmie and Ken have the relationship, right? So it's like I'm looking out for my friend, and then Ken has a relationship or whatever, with Mimi or whatever. So I think that's how that came out. But I don't think that
But there
um
was no relevance in it. Like she knew that wasn't even true. I mean, if it was true, I mean, if she was even told anything like that or implied anything like that, which you said that she admitted to, Dory admitted,
she did.
then
She did.
then
Because she
but still,
definitely did.
so being that Dory said that or whatever, why would she then go? It was like, why would she just wanted to be messy? Like she don't even know, she don't even like Dory, so she's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and sink Dory while I can. But yet she don't want to be on her panel opening all up and telling the whole truth, how she was supposed to come out there and say how she was, had lied or whatever, but she didn't do that. That don't make no
But
sense.
but Dory was doing the same thing, talking about
Yeah, they're the
looking up
same.
people's information behind the scene. Da, 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 da.
Hmm.
I mean, she was saying a lot of stuff that had nothing to do with what was going on because her feelings was hurt. She never thought
Hmm.
Raw would do any of this. She thought that was her
And I don't.
sister.
Do you think I never thought Raw would do it either because Raw doesn't seem like that type of person. That's why I
Girl,
say,
bye.
it goes back to Kimmie.
Girl,
But
bye.
she doesn't, to me, she don't seem like that. I don't know. Maybe
Wasn't she sitting over there with Didi,
let's take a vote. Can we take a
Deidre?
vote?
Wasn't she sitting over there with Deidre?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Deidre could do no wrong. And then remember how she just did Deidre dirty out the blue and just, oh, enough is enough suddenly.
No, 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 no. Deirdre did her dirty because Deirdre got mad because she was hanging over there with Dory and them, remember? And that's how Deirdre is. And so Deirdre was wrong for that because she wanted everybody to just, remember she went crazy over ZX and then she's very territorial. So she wanted her to cut off her whatever. So she was acting very territorial towards,
Well, Raw didn't have no
Ron.
issues with none of that all up until that
Mhm.
time. To me, Raw is an opportunist. She's trying to grow her channel. Okay.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
needs financial help, period. Now, she wanted to tell the T that Dory needed money and needed some of her cash apps, or that
Mhm.
Dory was getting mad because Raw was getting super chats when they were doing shows and stuff together. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah,
So
she was paying attention to that. Yeah, that's true.
because that's how people are on here, and they can say they don't care, but when it comes down to it, even when people do these rotating panels, it's always an
Mhm.
issue if one person gets more super chats than when they go on another person's platform. It's always been like that, and unfortunately we can't
Um,
really network and like collaborate and work together here because
yeah,
it's
we can't
always going
really.
to be a fight over money, clicks, views, or whatever. It's just better you do your own thing. It's never going to
Yeah.
work. It's never going to work.
Wow. Few truly live in their authentic truths, she said. Dr. Pat said, that's why I just watch for entertainment, hence the screenshots and voicemails. I am looking for the tribe's sisterhood empowerment. Child, not in this sector. I don't know if they even have it
Mm.
in any sector, to be honest, because Yeah.
Child, even over there in the drama sector, Teresa, you need to skate over there to the drama sector, girl, and start covering some of that news,
Child, the
girl.
mommy sector was had me with my twisting my wig, okay? Because they was going at it. And I was like, oh child, what is going on? They was
They
literally going at it. I was
they
like,
do
dang.
all the same stuff, but one thing that I
Hmm.
do notice about them is that
Hmm.
even though they have a lower subscriber count, their
Hmm.
views be off the chain. Okay.
Really?
Yes, the German lady be over there in that sector, the drama. It's called the drama
Oh,
sector.
okay. Is that the trailer, the ones in the trailer park? Because they said this is some trailer park
Oh
people that
no,
pull
no,
up
they
and
might
people.
act like they from the trailer park, but no, because I've seen where the police pull up at their house and stuff,
Oh God.
and they do the same stuff, the doxing, the dragging the kids, talking about the husbands,
Oh,
having
child.
names for each other.
Really?
If you want the links to their channels, I can email you those
Oh
too,
no,
so you
Shell,
can.
that's too much.
You know,
Shell. Uh-uh. It's too much. It's too much with the black sector and B sector. I be trying to cover
oh
everything,
my
child.
god. At
Mm-mm.
first, I called
It's
it the
too
white
much.
sector because it's only white people over there, but girl. They
Mm-mm.
be
That's too
doing the
much.
same stuff. And then when the police get there, they
Child.
be recording that, girl. They be out there with the officers. I said, look at them.
Oh my God. That
Yeah.
is so wild. Oh my God. It's crazy. But I guess that they are the worst ones, I guess, then, because you want to push the limits, child. Mm-mm.
Child, they be doing the most over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restart my laptop so I can send you this because I think I've had
Okay.
too many tabs and I was downloading too much stuff. So
Okay, please
I'm gonna
do.
I'm gonna do that now. So give it like maybe 10 minutes and then check your
Okay.
email and it'll be in there. Okay.
Okay. And oh, child, that opens a whole can of worms. Okay. Then that should really tell everything.
Well, I hope she
That
ain't gonna get mad at you for looking at it because I'm the one that sent it. I sent it. God
Oh,
damn
I
it,
don't care.
blame me. They blame me for everything anyway.
I
So I
don't
did.
care. I'm just like,
See how I stand in my stuff. I don't gotta sneak and send it to
me
you
either.
and tell you in the back check your email. I'm telling y'all right here in front of everybody. I'm sending you this file to your email. Check it in 10 minutes. Period.
Yep.
That's how you
And I'm
stand in
gonna
your
check it.
shit. I did
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know
Who
why
gonna
people
stop
don't
me?
stand in it.
Nobody.
You'll be respected more by if you stand in it.
Who gonna
Hmm.
stop me? And who gonna do something about it? Nobody.
Look, Invictus
Nobody.
is over there. Invictus say, yes, it's the Caucasian beef sector. They are hilarious, Tracy.
They are, Teresa. I'm telling you, if you go over there, girl, you will clean up. Do you hear me? Clean up.
Really?
Yes.
I'm just not interested in. Don't they be calling? See, if they call us the N word, I would lose it. I'd be like,
No, I've never heard that. No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
really?
No,
I
no, no.
don't
I
know.
haven't heard
Let me
that.
think about
No.
it, Shells. I got a lot on my plate right now, child.
And
Who? That's a whole
is
other
that
area.
Victor? Is that Victor just said that?
Invictus. Invictus knowledge.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Victor Moan because he
Oh,
turned
no.
me on to this other lady. And this I don't know what sector this other lady from. I guess she from the coloring sector. And that lady, her videos,
The coloring
those
sector?
child,
Coloring books?
yeah, coloring books.
Oh,
But
Lord. Who knew there was a sector for that? Really?
girl, I don't that lady, child, that's just a whole. It's just a mess. Okay,
Child. Hey, I
so.
am Antoinette. How you doing, baby? Isn't that so cute? She called Carrie Cakes. I love it. Carrie Cakes.
Oh, that's my Carrie. I gotta go check out her videos because I seen she uploaded some
Yes.
videos
Carrie,
today. And
you
for
are
you
the
guys
best.
in the chat, I know this ain't my channel, but they say I got that takeover spirit. So could y'all please subscribe to Carrie Ray's YouTube channel?
Yes,
Okay,
that's how I
let's
knew
help her
about
get
that,
to that
Cheryl.
1,000. And
I never knew. I
share
never
out her
knew.
video too
Please
today.
drop your link in here, Carrie. Drop your link, baby. And also drop Muffy's link in here, y'all. Muffy has a channel too. I
Muffy
never
has a
see, it's
channel.
so weird. Yes, I didn't know about that. I was like, wait a minute. These people got channels. I didn't even know until you shared Carrie's video. I said, how, and I came on here. I said, how does Shells know you have a channel? And I never knew you had a channel. And I was like, wait a minute. And then we shared her link at that time because y'all know I
Well,
be promoting
it's
everybody.
just like
Oh,
Cheryl. I didn't know Cheryl had a channel until you shared one of her videos with the cooking. And now I
oh,
be checking out all of her videos. And I mean, at the end of the day, all of those girls are phenomenal supporters of yours.
yes.
So, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
And
And
they work so hard. They really do. And they're so
yeah,
sweet. That's why I'm
yeah,
like,
they're so
drop the
sweet.
links.
So
Hmm.
anything I can do to help them. So what I will do is once Muffy drops her link, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to her, and I will drop her link and Carrie's link on my community this
Yes.
morning. I'll do that with both of their channels and tell people to check them out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you this email now, and then
Good job.
it,
Good
it's
morning, Silky.
it's a pretty long file, but
Ooh, yes,
don't let
child.
nobody fool you, okay, about
Ooh.
it ain't her. Yes, it is. It's her
I
date
know.
of
I'm
birth
already tired of
too.
that. Because see,
It's her
the
date of
narrative
birth.
is that I go around. Thank you, Carrie Ray. Here's Muffy, y'all. Subscribe to Muffy in the chat. Yeah, people listen. The latest narrative is that people, I go around, I guess, trying to convince people of things that are untrue. But I'm like, no, it is true. I get frustrated if I say things 20 million times and people don't believe it. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get frustrated about. If I show you A, B, and C and D, and then you trying to ask me, you trying to say start off in the C zone, but you haven't covered A and B, and you think I'm lying. No, I've already showed you receipts and you haven't been following along. That's where I get frustrated.
Right. Well, you know what? I've given up on that because what I've come to the conclusion is, especially in this sector, these people
Mm-hmm.
know what the truth is. But based on who they like and who they rock with, they will act
Mm-hmm.
like they didn't see the proof, or they didn't hear it, or they never heard you say it, or they didn't see the receipt, or the receipt ain't real when they already
Yeah.
know what it is. So at the end of the day, how I'm dealing with things, at least from this point going on, I'm only saying if I feel the need to say something, I'm saying it one
Mm-hmm.
time. You either take it or leave it. If you believe it or not, I don't give a damn because I know what it is. Okay?
Exactly.
I know what it
Uh-huh.
is. I know what
Yep,
it is. So it
exactly.
don't even matter. It doesn't even
Okay.
matter.
Thank you. Look at Carrie. Carrie is amazing. Look at Carrie Cakes. She put soap in there and Cheryl's. I know that's why she got everybody's in there, baby. King
Did
Romans.
did
Hey.
Did Muffy drop hers?
Muffy, she put Muffy's in there too. She
Okay,
put
let me
Muffy. It was the
subscribe
first
to
one that
Muffy
she put.
before I click off.
Now I did. Okay, I heard something about Paulette, not from Paulette, but
Oh my god.
Paulette. I heard from somebody. Paulette lives in Mississippi,
Uh-huh.
and if Paulette is her real name, they said there's no obituary for her, so that's a good sign.
Oh my
That's a
god.
good sign. I was like, thank God. Yes, because I was like, I got like chills, and I was like starting to get emotional and stuff. So I'm like, I hope that I can't
She
deal with
could
it. I
just
hope
be
not.
not feeling well, and knowing that she's very active when she does come on here. She may not just want to come on here when she's not feeling like herself. Cause I'm like that sometimes. If I'm not feeling like myself, I will purposely stay away from YouTube. You know what I mean? Because you know, Tracy.
I just
Oh
can't
my
because
God, no, 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 no.
everybody's asking me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my God, no, Tracy, please don't, please don't. Let me tell you something. God is good. God is good, and everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay.
So
Everything
I
is going
did
to be
hear that,
okay.
and I was like, okay, I'll tell them because that's just, I'm like, I don't know where she's at, and it's just too much. I cannot deal with that. That's just too much.
Well, I think another thing going forward, whenever she comes back on here or whatever, because something could have even happened with her financially. You know what I'm saying? Maybe her internet or something got cut off or whatever.
Oh, it's not your fault, Invictus. It's just that I get so I've been worried about it, and people ask me, I'm like, I don't know, but I did. One person did tell me that she told them that she was from Mississippi and that they did look her up. And I was like, oh, thank God. So, hopefully that's her real name because Paulette's older and we tend to be honest because we don't really know that much about technology. So
Right.
like I use, for my email, I use my regular name, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because nobody knew anything about that. So I think that maybe that is her real name that she used. So there's no obituary. So thank God that there's no obituary.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's really she's loved by so many, so I hope that that she's okay.
let's just remain positive because at the end of the day, a lot of us have lost a lot of people, and it is very triggering because nobody wants to suffer another loss, even on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
wish
Brick.
that people wouldn't have stated that, especially if they didn't have any receipts to go along with it.
Yeah.
Because that's a really strong thing to say about somebody. And it's really sad, honestly. It really is. And we just have to remain positive for her. It could
Yeah.
be anything. It could be the Wi-Fi. She may have something going on with her family, but going forward, when she comes back on here, those people that you have that's close to you like that, I know you don't do the behind the scenes and all that, but
I
at least,
tried. She wouldn't. I said, here's my number. I said, Paulette, call me. Here's my number. Just
oh,
keep it
she
in your,
didn't.
keep it in your. And she wouldn't. She never used it. I'm like, why? I gave it to her. I wanted to because of things like that. When Carrie went
Yeah.
missing,
Well, she has
I
to this
wanted to
time. When
do
she
that.
comes back, she has to do it because
It's
people
too
that
emotional. We
people
care.
that people that I really support and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that, I'm always honest with them about certain things that's going on so that they don't see me. I don't want them to panic. And then people that I know that have certain health issues, like my moderators and stuff, I'm like, you have to give me your number, because if I don't see you anywhere for X amount of time, I need to reach out to you. I need to know where you
Exactly.
are and what's going on, because I have really bad anxiety, and I will get
Yeah.
to the point where I have to end up going to the hospital because I can't breathe. So I can't deal with that type of stuff. So you can't do
Yeah.
that to me. So for my own, maybe my own selfishness, I have to be
Mhm.
able to reach people that I care about, especially when I know they have ongoing health issues. But now with COVID, it's like you almost need to have everybody's that you're close to information, because you just never know.
I know. That's why I'm like, I've just been going, I've really been going, insane about it because I'm like, at least, just, I mean, just click the link, click somebody's link so we'll know she's okay. That's the thing. And I know that, and see, it scares me because I remember telling her, are you sure it's okay? I remember when I was on one live and I said, are you sure you're okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just losing my voice. And it was like, it was going in and out. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was wondering if she, I thought, did she have something? But I didn't want to say that word. I was like, and she was like, no, I'm just fine or whatever. Then we hadn't heard from her. Somebody said since January 25th, she hadn't posted on her IG.
Oh,
Thank you,
she's on
pretty
IG
one.
too. Okay, so when you went on her IG, did you try to call her on the IG?
No,
Because you know that will ring the phone.
I don't even have IG. Did y'all try to, that person that
If
told me
you
that,
if
did y'all
you if you give
contact her
me if you
IG?
drop her link in the back, I could do the thing where it'll ring her
I don't
phone.
even I don't even know her
D-
IG. That's what I'm saying. I never
Does
even thought to,
does
I
anybody in
don't
the
even know
chat
her name.
does anybody in the chat have her IG? Because if anybody in the chat has her IG, because that's what I did one time with the
Oh, look at
um
Vashti. Vashti put the names in there like Paulette would do. Thank you, babe.
uh,
Oh.
what I did with the YouTuber, she fell asleep on her live. So
Uh-huh.
I went to her Instagram and then I did the call, and then it rang her phone and woke her up.
See, Roger said no, iBabe reached. I don't talk to iBabe, but Roger said no, iBabe, no email. iBabe has reached out, no response.
But a lot of
Wow.
people, in all fairness, a lot of people don't check email. You know what I mean? They just don't.
Yeah. I
That's
don't
just
check
different.
voicemail.
With if you have a Facebook link or Instagram link, you can at least call it and it'll ring their cell phone. You know what I mean? So that would be the
So
best
Roger,
bet.
is that what she did, Roger? Is that the way that iBabe reached out, or did she have her number? She was saying her voice was going and she didn't sound good. I know.
Well,
Thank you,
I'm gonna
everybody.
try something myself too.
Thank you, Heatwave.
I'm gonna reach out to Rico myself today, and I'm gonna ask him, why did he say that. Um,
I think he just said that. I really don't believe because I
Yeah,
don't
I'm not
believe
saying
him.
that. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna ask him why did he
Yeah.
state that?
Thank you,
Because
Faye Silver. Yeah.
beyond you, there are other people who you know
We're
who
all
care about her
concerned.
and
I mean,
stuff.
Snoop,
So
everybody from every sector is so concerned because Paulette was everywhere. You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's okay,
yeah,
Nene. Thank you guys. Artistry. Dr. Pat. Yeah, it's just it was just I'm just like, what is going on with her? Where is she? Where is she? That's my thing. I'm so happy that there's no that there's no obituary, thank God. You know?
yeah. Well, one of the things that I know that in this year just kind of got started, but one of the things that I've really learned this year and have had to do is to um trust God and thank God no matter what's going on and no matter what it looks like, no matter how murky it looks, to still thank God and give him praise. And that's what we have to do when it comes to Miss Paulette, is still thank God every day. Thank God every day for her. And that's just how
Yeah,
we have to view it. We have to just thank him every day for her and just, keep
exactly,
positive and keep
babe.
trusting and believing. And that's it.
Yes, you're right, babe. Well, thank you, Shells. I'll be waiting to get that email then, babe.
All right, it's coming
Um,
right now. I'm gonna shut this down and restart it, okay? And I just
okay, let
subscribed
me
to
know.
Muffy's page or whatever. And Muffy, I'm about to get her because as much as I always talk to her in chats and
Uh-huh.
stuff and speak, she ain't never once said nothing about no daggone channel.
I know she
Didn't
told
know
me one time
nothing
and I couldn't
about
even
it.
get to the channel. And then somebody shared it is how I caught on to it. And I was like, oh, there's Muffy's channel. And I was like, I found you. I was all happy. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to
Well,
promote
I'm
different
there
people. We
now.
all
So
about
let me handle
promotion.
this and then I'll put that on the wall. And I will reach out to Rico today and I'm gonna ask him about that because I just think it's important.
Okay, Shells. Well, thank you for coming on, babe. I
I'll keep
appreciate
you
it and
posted,
your
okay?
input. Okay, talk
All
to you
right.
later,
Have a
babe.
good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Okay, hey Nihar, thank you for joining back, baby. Okay, everybody. So yeah, it was emotional, y'all, because I love Paulette. That is my baby. Okay. Paulette is my baby. I'm like, oh my God. Like it was really, really hurtful. So I will keep y'all posted. Like I said, I was just really, just here trying to take it all in. I'm like, I can't deal with any more deaths. I've dealt with enough. It's like, even when people start talking about deaths or whatever, my prayers going out to Jay Wilson because I guess he's still in Florida because he had to deal with another death. But even the fact of just hearing about another death, I can't because it's been too many. I freak out. I just freak totally out. And so that's how I am right now. I just freak totally out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is. But I will hopefully, if somebody can call her, whoever has Paulette's IG, um, I hopefully she put a phone number on there so y'all can call her through that and see if she answers. I don't know if people have done that and they haven't gotten an answer, but some people did say they had her IG. Oh, Invictus, you're so sweet. The last video had no sound. Oh yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I was going, where's Carrie? Carrie, I was going, what happened? I didn't know what was happening, but it had no sound. Oh, okay. I wonder why it had no sound. I'm trying to think. You probably had it on mute. Did you check your mute and make sure it wasn't muted, babes? Were you using your own microphone? That may be another thing. Hey, my Daisy, how you doing, my baby? Stay prayed up. Yeah, we need to stay prayed up, everybody. Okay. I will let you know, Tracy. Thank you, Roger. Okay, everybody. I was there chatting up the storm, no sound. Oh, babe. And I unmuted the microphone. So you're using a separate microphone. Maybe that's it. I'm guessing. I know. I was so happy. I can't wait till you come back on, though. But that's Carrie's channel, y'all. She has it in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to her. I am Antoinette is my boo, too. Yes, we'll keep praying for her, baby. Yes. Nihar said Rico's drunk arse probably don't even remember what he said. Child, he probably don't. I don't believe nothing he say. Okay, I love you guys, and I will be back on later, everybody. Peace. Oh, you were using your laptop. Hmm. That's weird. You probably have to do that check. Do that check before you log on to it and see if that works. Okay. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later, everybody. Peace, everybody.